Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Wednesday. It is a glorious Wednesday, June 26th, 7:22 a.m. here in the Arizona desert, where it is freezing and still dark in this strange Mars-like battered uh, Sonoran desert. All right, today, as you all may know, as markets churn, battered investors brace for Fed meeting. Okay, we'll see what happens. This is a big deal. Definitely, everybody, not financial advice, but I will just mention um, that this is a volatile day for the markets. This is a volatile day for crypto, especially if the Fed decides to continue upping the rates. Well, then we'll see how the market reacts. Really, we just kind of got to see what they say, what the fallout from that is. Is it positive or negative? How it affects the market? My unsolicited advice, just what I'm doing basically, is make ready, and we're going to look at how, because today could be crazy. It could signify a bullish time for the entire market, including crypto, or a great big horrible bloodbath and ass hammering for most of the planets, because what America does, if you sleep next to an elephant, if it rolls over, it's going to affect you. So we're going to see what happens. All right, a couple quick news stories. We're going to rock, but a couple quick news stories because they're essentially important. GoFundMe freezes more than $4 million raised for Canadian truckers protesting vax mandates. If you don't know about the Great Big Convoy, then you don't get out much. So here's the deal. Fuck GoFundMe. These disgusting degenerates. Never, ever use this disgusting platform again. Also, even though the mandate has been basically kind of shot down by the Supreme Court, Carhartt, supposedly the great American, clothes company for, brawny men who work on oil rigs and things like that. Carhartt CEO says he's still mandating staff vaccinations. Well, basically, F Carhartt, never buy their junk again. F GoFundMe, they're disgusting. And we'll see what happens today with the Fed. I really think that one of the things we can do is, as I always say, every Bitcoin Satoshi you own is a profound bet. It is a statement towards a positive sci-fi future for humanity. Well, basically, if you use GoFundMe, you're worshiping death. And if you ever buy something from Carhartt again, well, you're I don't know why you're here. Anyway, so Bitcoin Daily View, as always, more for you there. And remember, like Dale Carnegie said, remember, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday, but still, it's today. So, I mean, there you go. As always, check out radianthemppaste.com. Links to in the show notes. You'll love this stuff. It will keep you sane. I love it. Some hemp paste is a wonderful thing. CBD oil is retarded. Hemp paste is the whole thing, and it's wonderful. Do wonders for you. All right. I'm not a doctor, of course. Looking at the world indices today, what is nice to see, of course, our market, is it even open yet? 7, 8, 9. I think our market's open. Is it open? I'll have to check. I always screw it up. It's 9:30 EST. Well, anyway, our indices are still in the red right now, but world indices are looking pretty good. This is a good thing. A lot of hopefulness out there in the world. Of course, today's Fed meeting, we'll see what the Skeksis decide to do to the world. All right, trading volume today is 4.7 billion. I like it, although we have a drop by 11% last 24 hours. Market buy orders dropped 3%. Market sell orders are up by 18.4%. This is looking at like the last 24 hours, I do believe. So, hey, something to think about. There's we have some volume, and people are definitely doing a little bit of selling right now. And my guess is they're probably selling it. They're hedging into some stable coins in case the Fed, does something naughty. Looking at Bitcoin. Okay, once again, Masari.io is like, and cryptometer.io and Masari.io definitely are not in concurrence today. Masari.io says that the Bitcoin trading volume is 14.3 billion. All right. Well, there's definitely some difference of opinion there. All right, I'll take it. Looking at the market in general today, it is very, very green. This is nice to see. Bitcoin's been gaining, and it's definitely helped the market in general. You can see some big winners. Polygon up 15%. Gosh, Helium, whoever you are, HINT is up. HNT is up like 18%. Theta Fuel is just doing wonderful. At least Theta is doing good too. Waves, I like Waves, doing like 34%. So we have some alts just exploding, and it goes to show the interest and enthusiasm in the crypto market. Ultimately, you give it a chance, it'll go into Lambo mode and just knock the moon out of the way on its way to Pluto. Seriously. So Loop Ring, great one. LRC up 24%. We got some plays here that are just glorious. So Engine, I do like Engine. ENG up 11%. So we got coins that are just doing phenomenal. So today, so far is great. Just make sure that you get your gains and that you are ready to hop out if things go wrong. Even Cardano, which has just been getting battered recently, is up 7%. That's nice to see. Binance coin, because we got to think about how the billionaires feel who own Binance. It's up 6%. Ethereum up 8.2%. Bitcoin up 4.5%. We really have some nice, beautiful upwards moves here in the market. This is a pretty powerful upwards trend. We'll see how that Fed meeting affects it. Hedge your bets if that is your prerogative. We'll look at that in a second. Basically, looking at Binance spot trading, 17 billion last 24 hours. Kind of sideways, looking at a 7-day graph, 17% down last 24 hours. Derivatives, 59 billion, down 70%, down 17% also. Let's look at spot trading on Coinbase too. Coinbase is above 3 billion, not a bad day, but all the exchanges are starting to see a decrease in volume, and the volume is low in general. Be careful, the lower the volume, especially when it's on the way down, that's when things can get dumpy. So beware. All right, open interest 12.4 billion, up 5.9% last 24 hours on the big exchanges. People are getting them longs and shorts in. On Binance, long bias is 50%. Sorry, I shouldn't say it that way. I'd say longs and shorts on Binance for Bitcoin, 50% long, 49% short. I don't think I've ever seen a 50-50 split like that. That's rather interesting, is it not? All right, for Ethereum, 59% long, 40% short. People are more bullish for a long for Ethereum than Bitcoin. I've never seen on Bitcoin ever, and looking at this for years, I think now, I've never seen a 50-50 split. I may have seen a bias in one way or the other, or only a slight bias, but there's always been some kind of a bias. This is interesting. So something to note. That's why it's good to look at things every day, because that means that then they have value. You know what I mean? And this would be kind of cool to have. I should have a chart that I know I can do that. A chart that shows the longs and shorts. I have that somewhere. I'll start doing that so we can see the trend a little bit better on like a daily. Now, looking at bulls versus bears today, this is insane. Definitely the bulls are they are battering the so far this morning on the this 5-minute chart. As you can see, the bears definitely pushed this sucker down. It was a bar-shaped recovery almost. A lot of longs versus shorts getting leverage. The liquidation is basically happening. Volume spikes that are just crazy. Those volume spikes match liquidations. The bulls and the bears are definitely duking it out this morning. Look at that $3.9 million buy. Boom, followed by almost $1 million buy. Followed by, you'll probably see a 854K buy, 932K buy. We're seeing these big buys get it start to move. Then you see a bunch of cascade of like 100K, 200K buys or sells. I mean, the Bears and Bulls are playing their games this morning. I think we got some freaking high octane scalping going on. If I put this down like a 10-second chart, you would really see the the volatility going on here. It's pretty nuts. So basically, we do have upwards. We have the Bears. We have the Bulls winning this morning, just really ass hammering the Bears, and then good. They deserve it. But that's just the trend for the moment. We're seeing some nice shorts get wrecked this morning. I'm watching that. It's a nice thing to see. Sorry, shorters, I just don't like you. It's nothing personal. You just don't do anything for the world. And this is cool to watch. So right now, Bulls and the Bears definitely after it. The Bears have been doing better last 30 minutes or so. Let's see how it rolls. it's definitely on. I mean, I watch this every day. I kind of have it on a monitor over to the side. And it really helps me see the personality of the market. And I mean, the battle is on this morning. Like right now, you can see now the bears are coming in, pushing that thing down. You know, you always see a couple big buys, or a couple big sells, or a couple big buys to get the market going in one direction or the other. Then a cascade of quick large trades that are making profit. Basically, most probably have leverage, if you ask me. Most likely. Anyway, there you go. $1 million trade comes in to sort of like knock that off right there. Anyway, just I mean, I shouldn't spend so much time on it, but it's really interesting to watch and how they do their thing. So I want to take this. I'll put this over in the live chat, and I'll stick it over at Bitcoin Daily View Telegram. All right, now we'll get back to work here. Enough entertainment. Okay, CF this morning, gold on the daily taking a hit, but above important moving averages are like that. On the bottom here, silver continues to take a hit. It's looking at that 21 WMA. Is it going to bounce there? We'll see. Basically, gold and silver just not having a good day so far yet. Is the market open? Let's see. Yep, market's open. All right, today is the 26th. Looking at the S&P 500 on top. Let's open this up a little bit so we can see. All right, S&P 500 on the top. As you can see, came down at below the 200 moving average, wicked the other day off that. And it's now right now we have a slight little, you can see it. It's very, very indecisive little green slit there. Doji with a little tail on it. We'll see. This is an important moment for the S&P 500. I think depending on how that meeting goes, we're either going to break back above the 200 and have a good day, or we're not. Definitely, this is an important rejection spot here. You're either going to make it above or not. That meeting is probably what's going to happen as far as deciding that. So do realize that the S&P 500, if we watch, let's just do a bit of a prediction here. Where's my little forecast? Boom. So let's just say you kind of were watching in crud. Sorry. I had a little forecast. If we look back on the sorry, my getting a little GPU hiccup here. You know, I spend too much time on this. Going back to like the 4th of January here. Like I'll try this one more time. If we can get a projection to work here, boom. I mean, we have dumped down like 11%. And then also if you look here, if this will correct, like right now we're at around like 8.3%. So just something to think about. Definitely the S&P 500 has been on a downwards trend. That's not so wonderful. And I think that downwards trend is either going to plummet or it's going to bounce and break above that 200 moving average. And it's going to be a good day or it ain't. So just be aware, you know, a lot going on. A lot is riding on that meeting. Russell 2000 index, as you can see, it's been dumping hard, but it has found some traction. So, you know, both the S&P and the Russell 2000 have found some traction recently. We'll just kind of see how these guys roll. You know, you say it's all about today. You know, Russell 2000 is under all the important indicators. I think it's actually more of an indicator of strength in the economy than the S&P 500. But take it for what it's worth. Dollar strength index has been recently making a move. As you can see, it's kind of almost broken above important. Sorry, my things are lagging here on this computer. Sorry about that. Now, boom, go on. As you can see, the dollar strength index has been making a move. It got above the 20 WMA. It's working on getting above that 50 moving average. Like I say, these are things to watch there on the daily, or you know, get a tighter chart if you want, but something to watch, especially in response to and during that Fed meeting today. Here's the big point of all this nonsense. I think something that I really want to, you know, I could not recommend anything to you because I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just going to tell you what I am doing. Okay. And it's this Bitcoin versus USDT here on the 45-minute chart. Up top here, you got PAXG. So you got PAXG, PAXG versus BTC. As you can see, it has been obviously, you know, trending down, right? And then, of course, what has, you know, BTC versus USDT done? Been trending up. These guys literally, and you can look at these powerful breaks here. You can see the Blitz diamond. That's a blockchain education indicator there. You can see the blue, I'm sorry, the pink square there. That's a show of a break between the 200 moving, a break above the 200 moving average. And the Blitz diamond, the blue one, is a break above the 200 and the 314 within like 1 or 2 candles. So on a 45-minute chart, look how this lines up. These are purely inverse of one another. So there's something to think about. I'm just saying what I'm doing, right? I'm going to be actually aware of that meeting today while it's happening. And I have my finger literally on while I'm listening and chatting with people today. I'm going to be, if things go south, if they start sounding hawkish in that meeting, I'm going to be like, bam, I got a big hedge out into PAX G from BTC, because it's an absolute inverse. If they do trigger negative response, negative volatility, if they say, yeah, we're hiking rates and that's how it goes, or it could be that they're going to hike rates like minimal, depending on what's going on, it's going to be volatility. So I'm just kind of playing this safe. You know what I'm talking about? Like we don't know what is the outcome of the Fed meeting. I don't know what the Fed meeting hasn't happened yet, so it's going to happen. So I'll be, I might even be online, just sitting here live streaming, like listening to it with people. I mean, since I got to be watching it, maybe I'll just hop on. We can all watch it and listen to it together. And I myself will have my finger on that trigger for boom to because really, if we dump Bitcoin, definitely, if there's negative volatility from not the best news in that Fed meeting, we could be down, bouncing off 30K again. Well, we're like 33, 32K. I mean, anyway, like I say, it's a big day. And I mean, if you're a shorter, be ready, I guess. And myself, I'm not shorting as in selling to USDC or USDT, nor am I like leveraging, like on Bybit or something like that, a short. I'm just looking to get into PAX G versus BTC, kind of a stable coin. If this happens, because look at this inverse. I mean, while it's dumping, you could, with this hedge, you could be making some serious dough, because I mean, it's going to happen if things go south and Bitcoin goes down here to like, back into, a land that we don't like, or it even goes worse, PAX G, if it follows, just pretty much, you can go back and look at this, it's going to be making dough, so, and it's not a bad deal. I'm not sure what time the meeting is going to be. I don't know yet. I'm not sure if anybody knows. Let me know. I'll find out today. I'll definitely will be putting that in Bitcoin Daily View chat today and such. But I don't know what time it is happening yet. Also, don't know exactly what time when it is happening. We could have a positive or negative effect depending on what they're doing. So I might just sit here and live stream and just chat. Maybe we'll get a Zoom call going if people want to come in, and we'll all just sit here and like chat about the Fed and Carhartt, and GoFundMe. Anyway, Bitcoin versus USDT 45-minute chart. We're really looking good. If it wasn't for the Fed meeting today, I'd be all in positive. What I like here is just looking at this 45-minute chart. You look at basically when we started to give it all back here, and now we're recovering. I like this recovery. We're above the 200 moving average. Our indicators look just glorious. I like what I'm seeing here. We're not pushing this out the RSI cave too hard. We're getting ready to challenge that 314 moving average. This is a beautiful, nice recovery. I like it. If we were to do like a fib sequence here, basically like that, do one upside down, always makes me kind of dizzy. You can see we've just broken above, getting 50% back of that dump that started back on the 20th of January, which wasn't that long ago, was it? But still, this is beautiful. So glorious chart. Also something that I like, if you look at the VPVR, the visible range volume of what you can see here, just looking at the you kind of pump and dump. You can see our greatest volume was 36,396. And so basically we're above that, and I like it. Big volume spikes tend to be like magnetic attraction. And you can see this volume spike right around where the 314 is, which kind of shows you might find some will support and resistance right there. And if I pull more of the chart in, you would see previous support and resistance there in the chart also. So anyway, This is a glorious chart. I would expect Bitcoin to just recover and continue up at this point. That would be my take on it. I don't see why not. Yeah, but also look at this beautiful. If I pull more in, you can see that there's a beautiful volume spike up here. Right around like 41, 42,000. You've got a lot of volume, the trading volume that was there. So really, I mean, look at the ADX. It's just right now breaking into above. Where is it? It's like perfect spot, like 27. Green directional index, squeeze indicator firing off positive upwards mobility. Velocity really. SMU binary candles are in the green. KRI is looking good. Stochastic RSI shows party time. Waveton oscillator by lazy bear is showing, a little bit oversold. Overbought possibly. So anyway, this is a beautiful chart. I say if it wasn't for the Fed meeting today, I'd just be like, Bitcoin's in a great place, and it is. Let's see what happens. You really never know what's going to happen. The Fed could be like, we're hiking rates, and Bitcoin could friggin' moon. You know what I mean? Which would take the market with it. Bitcoin on the daily, we've had some green candles, especially back here. You look at like the 24th was quite the struggle, but it pulled it off along with the rest of the market. We've been moving up. We are approaching the 20 WMA. This is an interesting spot. If you look at the chart in the daily, when you make these 20 WMA crosses, above or below tends to be bullish and bearish. So let's see if we can cross above that. Definitely that would be bullish. On the daily, we've gotten our tangent towards the positive back. Okay, this is a big deal. So tangent on the MACD is to the positive. We're looking at a positive cross in the making if Bitcoin can stay positive. Histogram's closing the right way. This is a great thing. Daily chart, definitely below important moving averages, but getting ready to challenge that 20 WMA. And if it gets above it, especially if we get if it doesn't get rejected there and we get this positive MACD cross in the daily, also when you pull in looking at this nice, powerful, positive daily, 45-minute chart for immediate price action, well, it's, we are entering definitely the possibility of getting to a nice Lambo mode. I mean, you could see, something like, this happening again, a nice run up. So let's see how that rolls. Beautiful day. Just got to see what happens with the Fed. Bitcoin USDT on the 2-hour chart. What I like here, pulling a little bit more into perspective, the tangent, the attitude of the 2-hour MACD. Oftentimes, the 2-hour MACD, it's strong positive or negative action. Usually will tell you which way the tangent of the daily MACD is going to tilt. Right now, we have this beautiful positive daily 2-hour MACD, which is just continuing. It's really, really nice. Look at the 2-hour chart. It's staying right above that. It's riding that 20 WMA up. It's above the 50 moving average. These are moving averages that I found to be very interesting using Trade Genius's trading methodology. You can see them over in the show notes and over in the BitcoinDailyView.com. And as always, Blockchain Education. Those guys are absolutely crypto profit warriors also. Both of those, I can't endorse one over the other. Just be a member. You'll be glad you did if you so desire. I am. So 2-hour chart is just looking powerful. We have a nice, beautiful, powerful Bitcoin, swing towards the upside here in the 45-minute chart. On the daily, on the 2-hour, all is good to go. We just got to see what the Fed does and how that affects the market. Looking at a 4-hour chart, this is a fib that I kind of started doing way back on like the 20th of July. It shows Bitcoin really, really fits in this very, very well. Everything lines up. We've gotten back above the .786. I think that's really, really bullish. It kind of puts us back in the game, below the 786. Well, you kind of want to bounce in the 786 or the 618 if you're gonna. So 618 golden pocket definitely has played a role here. We're below the 200 moving average and the 314, of course, but we're looking all right. Our greatest volume within this chart here is around 47,180. So there's definitely support and resistance in the chart there. You could definitely see a run up to there. I mean, if we can get back above this 200 moving average and back in the 618 pocket, if Bitcoin continues to be bullish, I mean, that's a long ways from now, but that's still that from where it's sitting right now. But really, we get back in that 618 pocket around like 43,000. So something to think about. If you so desire, do a 4-hour chart, go back to like the 20th of July and just check it out. And you will see there's a lot to be seen there. Right now we are riding the bottom of the RSI cave here, which is usually a spot that we bounce, or you're more likely to bounce. If I was to fire up the indicators here, the directional index is in the red, but it really is beginning to lend towards a little bit of green is starting. So that's a big deal. 4-hour chart is very powerful for Bitcoin. Squeeze indicator is showing upwards momentum. KRI is looking good. Stochastic RSI shows we definitely have upwards momentum, but we might be running out of velocity because we're getting a bit overbought. Stochastic wave channel oscillator by Lazy Bear shows we are still in Lambo mode. And I really am unsure what's going to happen with the like Bitcoin right now is really positive, and the market's really positive as far as just crypto market in general. What's going to happen with the Fed? I don't know. It really depends. I might just, like I say, just sit here and live stream, and maybe even like live stream a Zoom call or something like that. If people want to hop on, we'll all just chat, but what I'm doing, just my thing. What I'm doing is PAXG versus BTC, PAXG versus BTC. You can play that on Binance and KuCoin. Those are two. I'm sure you're in one of those exchanges. It's always they're totally inverse. They do the opposite of each other with like it's like a mirror image, but upside down. It's just crazy. So while Bitcoin down here on the bottom, as you can see, has been recovering and is very powerful. PAXG versus BTC has been dumping, and like they match the 200 and 314, everything. These are mirror copies of each other. So I have my finger on the button of a market buy, of BTC buying Pax Gold. So if things start to go south, I'm going to be like, click. I might even hedge some now, to be honest with you, just a little bit, take a chance on losing a couple percent, and just have some layered buys ready, just to bam, sells. Yeah, layered buys of PAXG with BTC. I'll have them all lined up, and I'll just be like, click, 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 boom. If things go south, I might even have, that's what I'm going to do. I might even have those in as limit orders if things start going the wrong way. Oh, I mean, conditional orders in 3 commas. I'll just be like, I'm out. I'm not riding out the next bear market without a hedge. Forget it. It's not going to happen. And we are really at an important time for Bitcoin. This is a big day. If you can, be watching. Okay, ETH versus BTC. Check it out. ETH is making a nice move. ETH versus BTC is about to hit that 200 moving average and challenge that. The chart looks great. ETH versus BTC, one of my favorite trades. Actually, I'm not quite ready to do anything today other than be ready to hedge out of Bitcoin if I have to, or just hedge some of my stash out into into PAXG if I need to. But look at that, ETH versus USDT. Definitely a strong break above the 200 moving average. Indicators look great. Ethereum is looking absolutely fine. I love it. KNC versus BTC. I love it. Look at that. This thing has been doing great. I visited the 200 moving average in the bottom of this channel. It's just still riding up. It's right in the middle. I did not get in yesterday, but this chart is looking really good. It's a volatile day, so I'm not sure what I really want to do, but I'm definitely watching KNC BTC for this is definitely one I'm liking for some slow steady gains of Bitcoin sats. Is there anything that else we want to look at as far as charts? I mean, there's just so many that are doing really good right now. Let me just look at this real quick. Let's look at Solana, Sol versus USDT on Binance. How's that looking? Let's do this. So Sol versus BTC, no, so Sol versus USDT on Binance. I kind of like this. It's getting some confidence also. It's making a challenge of the 200 moving average. Indicators look really good. So Sol versus USDT, this definitely could be a turnaround for it. But, we need to see what the market does. Sol versus BTC. This thing render still far from really being a play, but it is shaping up. If we go back to this guy here, LRC. How about LRC, loop ring, LRC, USDT. How's that one looking? Yeah, LRC. This is glorious. Check this out. LRC versus USDT. this is the thing. You got a strong 200 moving average break. You broke above the 314 also, the blue diamond blitz merit badge. Of course, you can see the pink squares leading up to that. It makes sense. So we have this beautiful 200 moving average bounce, very, very strong. Broke over the 314 in less than, I think, one or two or three candles. I forget what triggers a blitz, but it's 1 or 2 or 3 candles within that range if you blitz through quickly. And of course, we rode that through that 314 moving average, and now bam, we're going above that. We're pushing out of the RSI cape. These indicators look absolutely wonderful. Most likely, this will return to this moving average. So this red moving average here, if you can see it, is the 8 moving average. Okay, and also at the top of the RSI cave, and we're starting to get an indecisive doji there. I'd wait for a return to around the 8 moving average and then a continuation. There's no reason to expect loop ring not to just continue. This is a glorious looking trade. What a great thing to get in on. If we look at where's my thing? Sorry guys, it's a little early for me. Parallel channel. All right, bam. You can see this thing is creating an upwards channel. That's just glorious. So definitely LRC versus USDT is just purely glorious. Indicators look wonderful. I wait for a slight retrace, and that might be a play. LRC versus BTC. How's that looking this morning? Let that render. Yeah, looks great there too. So LRC, rocket ship to Pluto. Wait for a little retrace. Hop in. You might be happy you did. I might. The only thing is, like I say, it's all about what the Fed decides to do today. So here's my play. What I'm doing, got my finger on a bunch of market orders. I might just change that to limit orders that I put in place. I might play this a couple different ways, but I'm definitely I love my Bitcoin. You know, there's a certain amount that I always hodl and I add to that doesn't go anywhere. But I do have a certain amount that I do hedge in and out on, obvious large market swings, like daily crosses positive and negative on the MACD. So one of the things that I definitely do keep an eye on here is where's that daily chart? Daily MACD, positive and negative changes like here. As you can see, when that changed, it took a little while, but we did dump basically. Kind of had to struggle a little bit, and that's where we dumped there. So really, then of course you have a positive cross here. It has not really quite played out yet. You have to kind of be watching the charts and see where it really works. Like here, for instance, especially across positive, that's nice and strong like that. See that beautiful run up. If you play your cards right, like daily MACD swings can be really, really powerful, but sometimes they can be, fake outs. But especially after riding below the mid range here for a while, if we can get a strong, powerful daily cross, especially with good Fed news for the market, that's going to be glorious. And then just start watching for that 20 WMA cross above, especially 50 moving average cross above, 21 weekly EMA, things like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at where that one is actually at right now. But anyway, guys, that's my big plan for the day. I might be back on during the Fed meeting, just sitting here looking at the monitor, looking at charts, because really, I think just for me, this is just an amazing play. Hedge out into PAXG. You could be making some gains. Maybe you're a Bitcoin, if you're a Bitcoin, enthusiast and you have your hodl, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I have mine, that's for sure. But I'm always trading against USDT, USDC, and Bitcoin. So I'm always trading against Bitcoin. Also, I'm always working on gaining more sats. So even though if the Fed news is not good, my overall portfolio value might go down on that, but definitely I'll be making some. That's fine. It'll be back up later, but I will be making some gains at the same time, hedging into PAXG from BTC. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, it's early. I'm gonna have some coffee. I'll find out when this meeting's gonna be on, and I'll probably just sit here and stream and trade, and we can all hang out. Anybody who might so desire. You know what I mean? You can watch me running. Like you can actually watch me FOMOing into PAXG from PTC if the news is bad. Anyway, everybody, take care. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, Very, 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 very important. Every Bitcoin Satoshi you own is a bet on humanity's glorious, optimistic sci-fi future, and it makes the globalists cry.